How's it going, everybody? It's an exciting day today. We are finally going to start putting the motor into the car. Yes, I have it right here in the garage. We're on another Project Right Hand drive. That's right. Look at that. It is officially next to the car now. I'm super excited. I got all my tools lined up. Look at this. I got everything all lined up, prepared. We got a box full of parts we got to put on here. We got oil filters, sensors. Yeah, I'm really excited. So let's get started. Okay, so we got this here. It's for oil. It's like a vacuum or something. Not exactly sure what this does. Either way, freshly powder coated, new gasket on it. We're gonna be putting that right there. And then we got the alternator mount, also powder coated. Check this out though. New alternator. Nicely spins. Last one did not. I had to look up online to figure out which one this was so I can mimic the one that was on here. This is from a 94 Integra or 93 Integra. So this car is kind of like a Frankenstein. It's like 92 to 5 Honda Civic for parts, for like body and frame, and then like 93 Integra for alternator, 99 Civic for other part. Like it's just, there's a lot of parts to this car, but we finally have, if not everything, to put it together now. Here's the oil filter we're going to be using. It's a K&N serial number 1004. You can see that's going to be what's going on there. We'll put that on in just a little bit. Try to get all the mounting brackets. We're going to put, that's on there now, bolted in. Oh, that ain't going nowhere. And then now we're going to put this right here. Make sure that this fits. So let's see, yep, and it goes like that. It's a little snug. I'm gonna have to tap that over just a slight bit. All right, the alternator bracket is on. All right, check this out. Ooh, man, there you go, slips in like that. Whew. We're getting places now. I'm super pumped. Oh man, cannot wait to put this thing in the car. All right, now that's there. I gotta find my sensors. One's a knock sensor, one's an oil pressure sensor, and then oh man, there's a lot of this right here. These bolts here go to the axle. It's got a linked axle. It sits right here, and then the axle goes out to the tire. So they actually mount to the block there. Yeah, just I'm gonna take my time on this. Obviously, you can see the water pump's not even installed yet. So I mean, I still gotta put that on there. Probably not gonna be able to get this in tonight, as it is already 7 o'clock at night. So this will be multi-day video like the previous ones. Alright, this is the alternator bracket for the upper section here. And I'm going to tell you right now, speed wrench, that's where it's at. If you guys ever working on a car and you want to get stuff done, that's what I'm talking about. So we'll take the bolt, feed it through there, and yeah, just a little, there you go. And then, oh man, I used to do this all by hand, without the speed wrench, and then a couple 2015 I learned about these. I was so, oh man, I was so mad at myself. I mean, boom, there you go, it's in. Other bolt, and obviously you're not gonna get a lot of strength out of like tightening it down, but seconds. Now there's a lot of new parts to this car, so the possibility of a failure is high. I mean, these are new O-rings just for the water pipe that goes to the water pump, which is also new. So you can see right there, new gaskets there, new gaskets. Things are powder coated. New alternator, new water pump. You can see right there. I don't even want to show you the old water pump. It looks pretty bad. Half the fins were like chipped or broken. I believe it's the original water pump from when the car was built. So you can see that right there. New water pump. Potential for leak or something there. Let's see. What do you call it? Thermostat. New thermostat. It's inside there. Sometimes they're new and they don't work. I've had that happen. As you can see, it's also all powder coated. Everything got powder coated because the amount of rust and damage that was on this vehicle when I bought it came through Minnesota. Salted roads, a lot of stuff. So new parts there. Then I was like, gonna reuse all my old hoses. And then I'm like, the worst thing you could do is overheat. And so we got new hoses all the way through from the radiator. I still need to order a radiator. Didn't even think about that. There you go. Inspected new part in box. There you go. So new hoses. Actually, I've been waiting on these because it's the only parts I have left. The switch that allows the amount of water that flows into your heater. The heater core did not get replaced. So if you guys remember beginning of Project Right Hand Drive, we tried to modify a new heater core. It was unsuccessful. And the amount of money it was going to cost to do a new one, well, I could probably build the whole motor again for that price. So we decided not to. So we got new those. I'm worried about brand new motor and wear. So went down to Speed Factory down in Tacoma. I picked up magnetic drain plugs for the transmission and the engine. Again, a lot of new parts and brand new motor. I got to get some break-in motor oil. There's a lot still to happen here. So let's get back to putting it together. So now we're gonna put this on. You gotta be careful when you're putting this on because if you try to bend it too hard, I've broken one of these before. So what we're gonna do, we already sprayed it with some WD-40 there, just a little bit. We're gonna slide that on there, like so. There we go, see, nice and simple, no breaking. And then we take this long bolt, put that all the way through there. There we go. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, that's so nice when everything starts coming together. Looks good. Alright, that one's in. Water pump is now installed. Yeah. Water neck is all installed too, the whole thing from the thermostat over. So that section is complete. You guys see here, I got a new timing tensioner right here. Spring right there. We're actually going to take this apart right now, put the plastics on. We're pretty much at the point where we're put the plastic on, which is the cover. You can see we got bolts, rings, timing belt thing, and a spacer. But yeah, we're at the point now where I'm just going to button up the plastic, put that on. We're going to use the original crank pulley. It does not look good as in looks, but I just don't have the time to purchase one and make sure it's balanced. So we're just going to use the original one. Alright, so timing belt. As you can see, it's a Gates timing belt. I think so, that's what it was. Yeah, Gates. And then this is what I meant by it doesn't look the best, but it is the original crank pulley. It's dirty. I'm probably gonna take a wire brush to that, clean it up. Also, there's this little thing called a key. It's a tiny metal block. It's very tiny. Also, kind of expensive. I think I paid like 25 bucks for the last one. Small piece. It goes into the crank pulley. Keeps everything perfect. So show you real quick. So the belt goes in there like so, and as it comes around, it keeps those two pieces keep the belt in line so it doesn't jump, because I have had that happen before, and that's why Shelly's old red car, if you guys don't know, I used to have 4 Hondas here, now I just have the 2. The timing belt jumped, and it's a non-interference motor, but I swapped the pistons out and did a bunch of work to it. it was definitely an interference motor. It had high compression. The thing was awesome. You threw in 5th gear at 30 miles an hour and the thing would just cruise. It was pushing almost 12 to 1 compression on it. So, but I did not put these back correctly. And yeah, that's what happens when you do things in a rush. As you can see, I kind of put a lot of stuff together already. So tensioner belt goes around like so. Look how close that is from rubbing. It's so close, but again, the tensioner's up all the way right now when we apply pressure to it and adjust it. This is the cover that I was talking about right here. So there's a little ledge right here. It was giving me issues, so I had to trim it down. Now there's a hole. Shouldn't be a problem. It's very tiny. Shouldn't get too much debris or anything in there. Well, now if water gets in there, it can pour out. Alright, these are the bolts that go into these 3 positions right here. So this is the last time we're going to see the belt and all that. That's brand new water or oil pump right there too. This is a high flow ACL pump. Brand new water pump, new tensioner. Original stuff here. And then you can see the motor mounts on now. So hopefully we don't have to go back in here and see it again. Hopefully I did everything correctly. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm starting to go crazy. I had a tool in my hand, now I can't find it. I have an adjustable wrench and adjustable 10 mil, right? And I can't find it, and I'm going crazy, and I'm spending a lot of time just walking around in circles, not really accomplishing anything, as it is 9 o'clock at night. But let me show you what's going on here. We've got the oil filter in. I found my sensors. So here's your NOx sensor up there. Here's your oil pressure sensor right there. We've got the oil filter on, alternators on, this thing for the oil, thermostat with water neck installed, timing belt is in, crank pulley is in with tensioner here, new water pump. There's only like a couple more things to really do to the block. Oh, and I started putting the flywheel on. Don't worry, I know it looks a little gross, but it's just because it's been sitting. It was pristine condition when I took it off, because that flywheel probably has 4,000, 5,000 miles on it at most. So stock one's like 16.8 pounds or something like that. It's in the upper teens, and then that's 11.4. So it's a lighter flywheel. I can go lighter. I found a 9.7, but I still want drivability, as I do plan on just driving this car around. So that's why I went with a in-between. And I got a competition clutch, I think that's the company name. Yeah, competition clutch stage 1.5, so it's a little more pressure, which will be good for the amount of torque we're going to do, and it's still got plenty of life. I don't even think that has any use on it. I think maybe 2,000 miles at most. Barely used it, and that's over there. But I think I'm going to call it tonight, as I'm going crazy trying to find my stuff. I need the adjustable to tighten down the oil pressure sensor. I don't have a socket that fits over the top of the sensor. Yeah. But we'll be back tomorrow. So, see you in a minute. All right, we're back. Next day. It's 6 p.m. A lot earlier than yesterday when we started at 8 p.m. And I guess we'll continue on with, does he really know what he's doing on how to put that deck together? I don't know. So, actually, right now, I'm going to take all this stuff. I'm going to inventory that right now, so you guys aren't going to see all that once I get it all laid out. I'm looking for some bolts. I need my flywheel bolts, which I only found 2 of them, so that's concerning. I need 8. And my clutch pressure plate bolts. Don't know where those are. And just some random things. I'll figure it out, but yeah. So I'm going to do inventory, and then once we get everything all squared away and situated, we'll get back to putting the motor together. Because, adjustable wrench. I totally forgot I was looking for that last night. I was just looking at the sensors on there. So they're somewhere. Okay, it's been an hour and a half of searching for stuff, and I'm not finding it. Okay, so what's going on here is I have found my flywheel bolts here. As you can see, I started putting them in because I just kind of got into work mode now. Okay, here is my clutch. As you guys can see, it's been sitting for a while. It's not bad. It still has plenty of life on it. Like I said, barely used. But it has sat for like a couple years. And then this is my clutch alignment tool. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. It's just electrical tape. And what I did is I just got it perfectly like that. Look at that. Perfectly fits. It will work. I've done this before. That's the cheap version of doing it. Or if you just don't have a clutch alignment tool with you. But there you go. It's snug. It won't move. And it lines up. I've done this countless times. Hello on the next day, and it's kind of late. It's already 5:30. Work went later than expected today. It is a Saturday. Check it out. It is sunny out. Now, yesterday it was not. We had a lot of rain. Like, this whole area was flooded out while we were in here working on this. And so it's very humid in here right now, so I got the doors open. But look what I found last night. That's right. I found the bolts. Feel like an idiot because they're in a box that I didn't look in. Out of all the boxes I didn't look in, that's the only one, or looked at, that's the only box I didn't look in. So pressure plate, about 9 o'clock last night, mounted up. So that means we're gonna put this on the transmission. Check it out, new throwout bearing. I'm pretty sure the old one was good. I just, we're already doing so many new parts already. And we're gonna mount the transmission now. And then once we mount the transmission, we put the motor in. That's pretty exciting stuff for me right there. Also picked up one more item because I broke the other one. And it is the fan control switch. So right there is, and what that does is it detects the temperature of the water coming from the radiator back into the system. And if it's too hot, fan switch kicks on. And that's what that is. I broke the upper section of plastic here. And that's why I had to get a new one. I broke that a while back, not today. Either way, let's get this bad boy mounted up. I'm super excited because we're putting the motor in now. Okay, so here's the old throwout bearing. As you can see, it's all gunked up and nasty. But it spins so good. So, it's still good, but we're already here. We've already done this much work to it. As you can see, this is pretty dirty. Not too concerned with that. I've had worse. In every scenario, I've definitely had a worse scenario. And then we're just gonna pop this off like so. All that's held on there is by this metal clip right there. As you can see, there's a bunch of grease and stuff in there. Man, it's a lot of grease. Hold on a second. Okay, when I was at the store, I said, this doesn't look like the right size. That's because the hole on this one's much larger. This is for a D series motor. This is a B series motor. Luckily for me, this bearing and everything's still really good. But, bummer. I guess we'll be returning that. Either way, you slip it on like so. You put it in here like this. Kind of multi-action thing. And then you find that spring. Like that. And there we go. It's installed. I know it seems way too simple, right? Alright, so keep that bearing clean so we can return it. Now the moment I've been waiting for. Did I put the transmission clutch in correctly and lined up with my little makeshift alignment tool? Alright, I'm on. Okay. Record button didn't work. My bad. Transmission is mounted. Check it out. It is mounted. Okay, so I didn't want to go. Doing this by yourself is very difficult. Just if you guys are wondering, this stuff's very heavy, and it's not always the best angles. But I lined the clutch up perfectly when I installed it, so it went together. It just took some shimmying and some shaking, but there we go, all put together. Clutch. Whew. I was getting hot there for a second. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to take the clutch plate off. But there we go. And as you can see, I put that sensor on. There it goes right there. Other sensors, knock sensor, oil pressure sensors in. This is in. Alternator. I found the alternator bolt. It's there. Totally forgot to get a belt for that. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I have one around here if we need it. But I'm pretty sure I'll have time tomorrow to go get that. Alright. Feeling pretty good that I can now put it in the car. Yes, we are at that point. We can put it in the car. Okay, cool. I have my cherry picker over there. Just more equipment I have that I need to get rid of when I eventually move. So I think that's like my 4th one. I moved so much that I've bought 4 of those ever. So hopefully wherever we move next will be the last time I have to buy one. Well, everybody, it is time. I just tested it, checked it. It's mounted. It's ready to go in. I just floated it for a second to make sure everything looked good. Already got the rear motor mount on. As you can see, it's a Hasport mount back there. It's a racing mount, so it's very hard. So you definitely have a little bit of vibration inside the firewall right there. I have this one, but it's in the red car that I drive daily right now. We're just gonna use this for now, and then when I stop driving that, I'll just swap them. It's not really hard to do. That one though, that one's gonna stay stock because I put the Hasport mount in that one, and it vibrates the entire car. So that one's gonna stay stock and original. It's in good shape. I checked it, made sure there's no real cracks in it or anything like that. It is very old mount, right? But still good shape. So that one's gonna be original. These 2 are aftermarket. And then I have the 2 front ones here for the AC and the transmission one over there. I'm just nervous. I'm kind of delaying myself, making sure I thought of everything. So once it's in, I do not want to take it back out. All right, no more delays. Let's do this. It's in, everybody. It is mounted. That ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Whew. Little hot dough, sweaty. I'm gonna go inside and hang out with the family before they go to bed. I kind of just got off work and came straight in here. I was super excited to mount this up. Check it out. Obviously, there's still a lot more to put on there. We got head studs, we got more bolts, we got a wiring harness. We got some stuff to work on. We're not done today. We're just gonna go hang out with the family for about another hour and a half, 2 hours before they go to bed. Then we're gonna come back here and continue on. But look at that. Months of waiting and planning and getting, I can't even say months, years. Check it out. That's gonna look so cool when it or not. Well, I guess it won't look real cool because we'll put the head on there, but it's gonna sound real cool and it's gonna hopefully be fast in corners. I'm not a straight line guy. I try to drag race. I'm not good at it. But yes, the new hoses. Look at that. They mount up right there, and then we got this one comes way out here to the head. All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit. And see you guys in a minute turned into a whole nother day. As you can see here, the car is running. Sounds okay. I'm just joking. It's over there. If you notice though, the car is in here because we got jumper cables running to the starter because I'm rotating the engine. And every time I try to move the crank pulley, well, it keeps unscrewing the crank pulley bolt. So I have another option where I just take the starter. So you can see I got the ground to the block area, and then I got the to the, yeah, it works. I've done this before. I've done a lot of this stuff before. Not the greatest idea, but it works. Here's my little wire right here. You just connect the positive to the trigger solenoid right here, and then you can guys watch. Oh, really? Come on, car. Just a tad off on the timing there. Ah, so close. One tooth off. Oh! Perfect on the timing. Alright. If you notice, the starter didn't want to kick over right away. That's why we're getting a new starter, because this one's kind of meh. But it's good enough for what we wanted to do right there. Also, there's a timing notch on the crank pulley, and the crank pulley has a little line that leads down to it, so there's a little white spot in the line. It's all lined up. We are top dead center right now. That's what that is. I had a day. I was like trying to get it turned over, like just to rotate it and stuff, and I was having all kinds of issues, and I was going to show you guys, but then I just needed to focus. That way I didn't forget anything or / get distracted. But now we are ready to put the rest of this together. Like put the head on and things. But what a project this has been today. Been on it for a couple hours. But everything's figured out now. As you can see, the motor does rotate. It looks pretty cool. And I'm really excited about that. Well, let's go get the head. I'm nervous, right? Because we're just at that point now where we're putting the head gasket on. Check it out. Got my Speed Factory head gasket here. This head deck, or the head and block, has been milled, and there's a little more piston here, so I went with the thick head gasket. I mean, this thing, it doesn't look thick like in the picture, but it's a lot. There's a lot of beef here. And let me put that down for you all to check out. That looks correct. And that goes there. Or do I have this upside down? See, the problem is like, it looks right. Maybe it is right. We're just gonna try it the other way real quick. Just look at it. Oh, see. See those two holes right there lined up correctly. I almost, see, that's why I wanted to like double check and flip it over. All right, now this is correct. Sorry, I had to take a moment to make sure I had this facing up. See, there's a little thing right there. It says up. I don't know how well you can see that. It's facing up. Cool. And that's the way it installs. I double checked the pictures and diagram. Let's go grab the head. We're gonna, well, shoot, we can't even put the head on. We gotta put the studs on. Oh man, see, I'm so excited to put everything together. I forgot, I still need to install my ARP head studs, and then the head slips right in, one step at a time. Come on, man. Sorry, like I said, it's been a long day, so I'm really excited to try to get this put together tonight. So possibly tomorrow after work, we'll be starting this. Well, it's all complete. ARP head studs in place. Check it out. It's like a little forest of really strong steel. I've used these on multiple cars I've had, and they're the best thing I've ever bought. Reusable, and I've probably redone a lot of my previous car multiple times with these. So that's $100 I could spend. Now, head gasket's installed. It is a thicker one and everything. Belt's good to go. Motor rotates. We're top dead center right now. Right on the mark. Let's go grab the head. Oh, the head's in the house, but let's install it. I mean, I'm just nervous, excited. No. Okay, so you can tell I work on the D series motor. That's the type of motor in this one. This is a B series. And you're like, oh wow, you're almost done. Man, I done messed up. Okay. So, some sad news. I actually have to tear this all apart. It's the only way to mount the bolts to the okay. See, on that one right there, the head studs that I just installed, they are exposed, and you can just do. The problem with this one is they're right there. Yeah. So I have no way of mounting this without tearing this all apart. It's my first time. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna work on that, and then hopefully I have enough time tonight to finish at least installing this, because I feel like an idiot now. What a day. That noise in the background can only mean one thing. We about to try to rotate this engine. I checked the timing. Everything is dead on. Oh, I guess I should show y'all the cams, belts installed. Everything's here. Wires are hooked up. Starter might work. Like I said, it was a little questionable earlier, but all right. Let's see if it rotates. If it rotates, then we could be starting it tomorrow. That'd be so exciting. I need spark plugs. There's some things I still need, but all right, let's see what happens. Okay. Starter's hooked up. Everything's ready to go. Uh-oh. Oh. Come on, starter. All right, maybe we'll give it a little assistance. I'll stick the 19 into the crank pulley there. There we go. Woo. Oh yeah! I'm trying not to yell because, you know, the neighbors around, whoever they are, but you see them? Oh. I think I gotta get, obviously, an intake manifold put on there and all this other stuff. Like you can see, there's a big hole there. Okay. So I think we're gonna end this video where it is right now, as we are going to start it in the next video. So if you've enjoyed questionable things, and occasionally I record something and you guys get to watch it, hit that like button, let me know you enjoyed it. Of course, subscribe to the channel. I love the support. It's free to do. Next episode, we're gonna start this thing, or attempt to start it. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.